What's up, everybody? The Classic Tycoon is back for episode 13 of the $1 Million Mission Let's Play series. And I think in the last episode, I started off by saying episode 11, when it was actually episode 12. So yes, today is episode 13 of the $1 Million Mission. And in the last episode, we got the monorail all built, and so now that's going to be shuttling people back and forth. And today I wanted to build a water coaster. I decided that would be my first water ride over the lake, and it's actually going to take up a pretty big chunk of the lake, and then we'll throw some other rides underneath it at some point as well. But yeah, I don't really build these roller coasters very much, so I don't know much of what to expect, so it was kind of an experimental roller coaster. One thing I do know about these roller coasters is that they're kind of difficult to make the hills, if that makes sense. Like that the big drop at the beginning almost has a hard time making the first hill, and I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about when we do the test run. Another thing about the water roller coasters is that, I mean, you literally have these kind of like log flume options with the water. And if you do that, the roller coaster is going to start going slow, and you have to build another chain lift, which is what I do right here. But it makes for a unique and interesting ride. So I do a couple of curved hills here, and then we're going to bring this thing back home right now. I do make a couple of changes around at the end. I was going to do this as a regular block section mode roller coaster, and I decided to try to do that, but then I realized when I try to test run it that it doesn't really work. And you'll see that right now. We're testing it in block section mode. But I wanted more boats running because it's a pretty long ride, so I don't want guests to have to wait forever. So I decided to scrap the block section mode and just do a continuous circuit mode. I again make some changes because I didn't like how many boats there were. So I extend the station platform. It adds 2 more boats, and it's still not ideal, I guess, but it works. So we'll go ahead and watch this test run now. And you'll see what I'm talking about when the roller coaster, it kind of barely makes these hills here. You can see how slow it's already going. It made that just fine, but the next one, it also just has a little trouble. So you just have to be careful not to put too many hills. It's different. It's quite a bit different from other roller coasters in that regard. I accidentally left a piece of block section right there, but I decided to just keep that. I don't think that's really a very big deal. Probably should have sped this part up, but whatever. The video's already done. So we'll just wait for these guys to get back, and then we will check out what our excitement rating is. And I'm hoping for something above a 5. I never know with these roller coasters I don't build very much what to expect, really. Okay, I mean, everything looks good. Come on. There we go. That's actually, it's actually pretty decent. 5.74 excitement rating. That's more than I was actually expecting going into this. So let's put in all of our other stuff for the roller coaster here, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll rename it. I decided to just do water coaster. Not too exciting of a name, but whatever. We'll do an advertising campaign for it since it is a roller coaster. I pretty much always do those. I do notice that guests are complaining about the paths, but I also realize that the park rating is still a $9.99. We do only have 4 mechanics right now. They're all pretty busy, so I decided to just add a bunch right here. At this point, I'm definitely not worried about being able to pay the mechanics for their work, considering how much money we have. So we'll add a bunch of them. And eventually, I'm gonna probably hire like 30 more handymen or something just to keep the park clean and to start mowing lawns eventually. Because I don't know. That's just a personal thing that I like is when the handymen actually mow the lawns and make it look nice. I really like it. But the park is so huge, I don't want just a bunch of them wandering aimlessly into the ends of the park. So I noticed something here. I kind of just go around and check on the health of the park in here, make sure that guests are going on rides. And I noticed that the bumper cars, nobody's riding it, so I'm gonna decrease the price pretty dramatically right there. That should get guests rolling back into there. I notice if you look at the scrambler right now, I don't know how long that this has been like this, but look at the pathway here. It's not even connected, so guests haven't even been able to ride this ride. And I don't know when or how this happened. Maybe you guys can tell me if you saw it earlier in the series, and then it takes me a minute to figure out how I end up fixing this. But yeah, I kind of checked that out, and I mean, that thing's been running for how long now? And no guests have been able to ride it, so that's a thing. It's kind of embarrassing. Make sure you guys don't do that. I don't think I've ever had a fail like that bad for one of my rides. I was wondering, I was like, why isn't anybody in line for that one? And it wasn't the price, it was just the fact that I built the line going into a wall. So, yeah, that's embarrassing. But, looks like the line for the water coaster is filling up. And I'm going to put some QTVs, and I'm also going to put an entertainer into this line just because the guests might be waiting quite a while before they get to ride their boat. So definitely don't want people getting upset and leaving the park because they're waiting in line for this ride. So I'm going to put a tiger in there, keep everybody happy. And there we go. So, guys, stick around. The next episode, I'm building a pretty awesome roller coaster. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think of the water coaster. Maybe give me some ideas on the coloring for that. And thanks so much for commenting in the previous episodes. I'll catch you all in the next one.